Good morning, lads. Today I'm looking for moss blocks. So, moss is something that came out in 1.17 and it doesn't just grow. So I have to go somewhere that I've never generated in the world before. So that's why I decided to wait for a rainy day so I can travel with trident speed, which apparently doesn't work in snow. I thought it used to work in snow. That's annoying. I need to leave this area. Maybe the river it's raining. But I need to go really far out, load some chunks. There we go, it's raining in the river. But load chunks that have never been loaded before, that way hopefully I can spawn in some moss. And I know it can be found in sunken ships, but I'm not sure where else, well that was close, it would spawn in at. Wow, I went up quick. 200 blocks in the air? How far out am I? 7,000 blocks? Let's go at least 15. Yeah. So that's it. This whole episode is going to be me just trying to find a moss. And of course, making a moss farm. Don't be silly. I'm not just going to find the moss. I got to do something with it. Man, I wish I could tell how fast I'm going, because those clouds are zipping by. World terrain cannot keep up. Or world generation. Whoa. Oh, please don't be dead. Praise the Lord, I'm not dead. 10,000 blocks? Another way that I could tell is by looking for deep slate. Which obviously I'd have to go underground for that. But that would be an indication that I've gone far enough. What is this? That's grass. That's also grass. Yeah, like I said, I'm really not sure where to find it except for treasure ships. You can get lucky. Whoa, baby. I thought it was high up. Alright. Here's two things we might as well search. Whoa. I should be more careful. I am too far out to die. If I die, it will be a pain to get back. Gold and obsidian. Take the obsidian. I wish you went further underwater, because it's really not worth it. I feel like you're faster swimming. For literally the first ship I check, no way. I've never been that lucky in my life. It means I can travel back in the rain. Let's see, if I go the right direction, I can travel back. There we go. No way. Sweet. Well, see you back at the house. Oh, no. Oh dear. That was sketchy. Really? The game was laggy, so I couldn't use the trident. At least I had the coordinates up. 9,660 by all negative numbers by 1,300. That's sad. Well, I'll see you guys when I make it back with the moss. After a very painfully long endeavor back to get my items, I am finally home with the moss. This is very good. am very happy that I found it so quickly, even though I had to travel so far there and back. Now, let's see. I need lots of whatchamacallit, bone meal. I don't think I have loads, but I've got some. Yep, that will do. Bone meal, a hoe. There was an island. I guess I can just go to the mainland. But I thought there was an island nearby that I wanted to flatten a little bit. But we do want to flatten this area a little bit, so we'll just see. Yeah, like right here. This is going to need to be level. So I just bone meal. Bone meal. Okay, so it doesn't work on sand. Very interesting. $18. How many do I need? Don't need a stack. This will be plenty. Yep, this will be plenty to get our farm going, because we don't need something crazy big. Maybe 2 or 3 modules. Maybe only 1 module. We'll see how productive it is. Let's see where we want to put it. So maybe I didn't need to do that, but now I've got extra just in case I do something silly and throw it in lava. So we'll actually set this in a chest. Right here. All but a few. Take 5 with me. We're already net positive right there. Not net positive on bone meal yet, but we should be. Put the bone meal back. Leave a stack with us. Now let's decide where to put it. So we put the armory there. Do we have enough space here? In this little area? No, I don't think we do. I don't think we have enough space here either. If we had moved the bridge over just a little bit to either side, then we could have put it like here. That leaves it over here. What did I plan? An enchanting room? That can go downstairs. And a vault. That can go downstairs too. So we'll go ahead and make this room right here. Let's see, how far do we need to be? 1, 2, 3, 4 at least. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There. So I don't know if I want to take up the whole area, but I might as well. Oh, no. There. Now it's just a matter of clearing all the water out of that area and then building up the farm. Here is my moss maker, moss multiplier, moss factory, mossery. Oh well. Here's my system to create moss. Now, this was really fun to make. It took me like 4 hours to do all the things that I wanted to do. I learned so much. Like, I had no idea that if there was a block on top of the moss that it wouldn't grow. So I started with the dispenser, like, right here, and I was wondering why it wouldn't work. And then I finally figured it out that there can't be a block on top. It's also why there's a piston there to punch out any block that anything, grass or tree or whatever, grows right there. The water to push everything to the side. I also started with hoppers right here because I knew things could slide over, but that won't pick up items because it's trying to pick up items from the hopper on top. So once you get rid of that, then it will pick them up. So I just used fences instead. Right here are source blocks, so I've got that protected from the lava. Yep, I do. So those are all source blocks which run along right here. I'll actually get rid of this lava so you can see. The apparatus. So when this activates, which it won't right now because it can't, I guess I can do this. So when the clock activates and they all extend and then retract, water flows in from both sides, otherwise there wouldn't be near enough time if it was just trying to flow one way. So I've got the infinite stream on both sides. So now when you place the lavas, it obviously turns to stone, which the lava has to flow over the water. If it were to collide with it on a parallel, then it would turn into cobblestone. Let's get a quick visual. Like so. That was close to being very sad. Alright, and then obviously the obsidian blocks to stop the pistons, because there's pistons on both sides, from pushing each other out too far. So we've got obsidian on the back of all those. I only have repeaters here to make the redstone lines directional. Couldn't think of any other way to make it directional. Comparators here just to make the signal long enough. A etho clock with 5 items in it. And attached to that clock also is running into dispensers to push the water. And then it's running into a lamp, which gets observed by the observer. Imagine that. The dispenser activates it all. I'll go ahead and turn it on. So I don't know if I mentioned, but if I did, I'll cut this out, that I put 64 bone meal inside there and out, and what I received was 64. Actually, I can just take it all out to get easy math. So more than double what I put in. So let's go ahead and fire this up. So there's the clock. It just moves every time the 5 blocks go over to one side. And here's the actual farm running. It's a very satisfying farm to watch. Something that you might worry about is there are items that collect right here. But from what I've seen, it's frequent enough that a azalea plant will grow there and push the items out of that spot. It's like their carpet budged it a little bit. An azalea plant moves it even more. So you could try and change the water pattern so that doesn't happen, but that was really annoying and I just couldn't figure out. There's a plant. And I guess that time it didn't move them. like I said, they normally get pushed around and end up out of that spot eventually. Then actually pop into spectator so we can see. Water flows in, turns to stone. This is really satisfying as well. Very cool. Yep, I think that's everything. Actually, let's go ahead and pop back into creative. You don't need this extra set of hoppers here, so you could just have the hoppers, then the composters. I just had it like this on accident, to be honest. But it does help hold the water back. So if you were to break this one, then water would flow. Graceful. Oops. There we go. But it's just a way. So what I think I'm going to do in the actual survival world is leave these 3 to be bone meal collectors, and then make these 2 moss block and azalea plant and carpet collectors, because most of it will go here, and then I'll be able to replenish the supply. And lastly, the footprint. The footprint of this farm is 17 by 15, almost a square. There are quite a few different things that you could do to make it a, oh yeah, and also it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks tall. So something that you could do to make it more compact, this way anyways, would be to move the clock up. It would cut into your ceiling a little bit, but that would make it more compact, make it more narrow. I can't think of a way to make it more compact width-wise, because you just cut into the efficiency of the farm itself. You could also add another layer of pistons right there, but the reason I didn't was because I didn't want to mess with timings or anything else, and this was already satisfactory. I don't need an insane amount because this is going to be running like almost the whole time that I'm online. So, yep, that was a perfect example of all the blocks washing through. And then those are new ones, so they won't despawn. Alright, let's jump back into survival. So, I've got the room completely finished. Obviously decorated with moss and bone blocks, because that's what this farm is. It's a moss and bone meal farm. Right now I have just the etho clock built. The rest of it is in these shulker boxes, or at least most of it is. So I'll crack on and do that. Everything looks good. Everything looks like it's hooked up correctly and in its right place. So now is when I'll go ahead and add the lava. Which will also help light up the room, making it less likely that mobs will spawn. I should go through and check the light levels though and add some torches. Alright, let's see. So now that's in place. Let's go ahead and pump it once, see what happens. Okay, let's check to see if everything moved properly. Okay, that one didn't go forward for some reason. Make sure it's not my fault. Sometimes it just happens. Same on this side. Middle one. Okay, let's do it again. Okay. That time it moved. Okay, let's get rid of these bone blocks. And put bone meal in the system. I want to make sure I know how much I'm putting in. I want to put in 3 stacks. I want to see if I get all 3 stacks back. Alright, let's just fire it up and see what happens. Oops. Okay, that water didn't go off. Because there's no water in the system. See, this is the kind of things that I wanted to make sure didn't happen. There we go. But beyond that, it's looking functional. Nothing's broken. Nothing's sticking out the side. All 5 are firing. All 5 are firing. Nice. Also, none of the stone generators are making cobblestone. If that happened, it would break the system, because cobblestone cannot be turned into moss blocks. Alright, let's see how we're doing. 7. That's a good thing to see. Our first profits. And we'll use those first profits to fix the wall. Oops, that needs to be bone. And of course a crafting table here to craft all the bone meal into bone blocks when that time comes. I do need to, I guess, if any seeds come in here, they'll need to put over there manually. So that's my least favorite part of this so far. But otherwise, fully functional. Alright, I'll give you an update when this is empty. There's only a couple left, and there's something that I wanted to mention. There are currently 4 left, and it will not waste them. So it'll only use the bone meal when it can. So notice that the light is turning on and off. Each of those are signals, but it will only use the bone meal when it's actually, can't say used. But you can see there that when it can actually grow things. There we go. So that's one thing that helps the efficiency of this farm quite a bit. Alright, that's everything. These will wash through eventually. Eventually. Good enough. Go ahead and turn it off. Always need an off switch. And, oh, missed one. We put 3 stacks of bone meal inside. And we got, let's go ahead and throw everything into the inventory so we can kind of keep track. Oh, wow. It's a lot more moss than I was expecting. It's awesome. Wow. Wow, we've already made profit. Nice. That's what I like to see. Over 2 stacks of profit. That's awesome. Very cool. Like 6 stacks of moss blocks. Yeah, 6.5. Bunch of azalea and carpets. That's absolutely insane. Super cool. I don't normally I just take farms from what other not take, but I use what other people have built and put them in my world. But this is one that I actually sussed out myself, and I'm kind of proud of this. It works. Fully functional. Definitely has a lot of inefficiencies, but I'm proud of it. It's definitely a lot more fun when you suss it out yourself, even though it is very time consuming. I spend 3 to 5 hours just trying to make this operational. And there's a couple things that I just didn't care to fix, like the lava. It could technically just be over the water. It doesn't have to be flowing over like this. But I didn't care. I just left it. I'm sure there's a lot of other things that you guys could point out in the comments section below. If there is something that would be a huge help to the efficiency, please do go ahead and leave that in a comment below. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and as I've been saying, leave a comment. See ya.